EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. So here's Kaimi Fairbairn to do the honors. And in front of a raucous crowd, this one is underway.
Super one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now a first down throw. Gone. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watson hands to Miller on the draw. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Watson. Then he's got the completion to Hopkins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the 50, it's Watson. Sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 50 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Goff on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Go. Like 20. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Gone. And that is incomplete. Kayvon Webster on the defensive side, able to get a hand in.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Back live now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On second down, here's Goff. And this will be incomplete. That time trying to find Gerald Everett, and it's 3rd and short.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. He will push his way down to about the 14. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not got much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. On first down, it's Gurley. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. They give it off here to the tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Gerald Everett taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
They'll roll them out right. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun, Watson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Dante Fowler in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking it about the 36. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On the toss, it's Gurley. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. To throw on 2nd down is gone. They'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. Goff. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
Here we go.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
Here we go. 76. 76.
They'll run it now out of the gun. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
We're good. We're good.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. We're good. We're good.
On first and goal, Gurley. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Clock continuing to roll as the Rams try to get going again. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On second down, here's Watson. And this will complete to Will Fuller. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now a first down throw. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On second and 10, Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught at the 10. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. This is first and goal from about the 8. To the air yet again. Watson escaping the pressure into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mark Barron. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Hey, 76! 76! 76! Tiger, Tiger! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
The final shot before break here. Goff dumps it off to Gurley. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Well, the Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Richmond!
Second half begins with a run from Miller. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Richmond!
Again, it's Miller. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. A shotgun snap for Watson. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Dante Fowler in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. Taking it about the 16th. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Kayvon Webster there to make the tackle.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Super! Maverick! Yes, sir! Yes, sir! Yes, sir!
From the gun, here's Gone. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
They're going to go for it. It's Gone. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to float this over the middle deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Tiger!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Samson Abukum in from his linebacker spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. From the gun, Watson. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. The Texans on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Come back!
Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it was much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now they'll toss to Gurley left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The Rams on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd down and 12.
DC. 12. Merlin.
Out of the gun, Goff. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Back now in Houston as we've got the final quarter upon us. We get ready to start the 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This will be taken at the 10. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And here comes the Texans now. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he can be a big-time playmaker for us.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
Black dirty now, Philly. Tiger.
Back to throw, Watson. Forced out to his left. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Richmond.
Here's Watson. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Watson. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
He wasn't ready.
from the gun. Here's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Orange.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
DC.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Whitney merciless. Coming with pressure. He drops him on the blitz for a loss of 12. So Goff, he'll try to refocus after the sack. The Rams now set up with a tough one, a 3rd and long.
Maverick. 5.
A shotgun snap for Goff. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
2 for 66.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
4 now.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Here's Gurley now, toss right. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Zerline's kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
Come back, come back.
Watson now to throw. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Watson. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. Samson Abukum in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll.
Come back, come back.
Watson. Now a desperation throw. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Goff with a kneel down here, and that should put a conclusion to this one. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long from Houston.